Okay, this series is all about taking care of me and healing after losing my mom. And it's really taken me, oh my goodness, a lot. I think the last video I did, I have to look back. Was it 3 months ago or 1 month ago? I can't remember, but anyway. It seems like forever ago. And I've really been doing very, very well. She passed away May 11th. And I have the comfort of knowing that it was probably in her sleep in the middle of the night. And that brings me comfort because I didn't have to see her suffering in hospice care, knowing she was going to die. The doctors kept giving me the hope that she could make it through it, that she was going to be able to heal from the bed wound, that everything was functioning well, she was doing good with the antibiotics. Even though the intravenous antibiotics could cause organ failure, they said her kidney function was good, her heart was good, white blood count was back to normal. She only had 2 more weeks to go, and she was going to be off those antibiotics, and I could have brought her home. And, but there was, she was bedridden and did not have the strength to get up and walk. And it just to sit up and get in a wheelchair was too much. And I think she really just knew at 83 years old, and she'd been through so much in her lifetime on every front, health-wise, relationship-wise, and she had a lot of good years, and that's what I reflect on. And we had a lot of good years together, and that's what I reflect on. And my hope, my faith, I reflect on that for the future. But I said, you know what? It's time to get back to being Marcia, to being creative. And that is who I am. I've always been a creative soul, an adventurous person. I love the outdoors. I loved going and just walking. I loved walking and enjoying life and doing things with family and friends, having pets, taking care of something living is who I am. Whether that's a plant or a person or an animal, that is what brings me joy. And I never looked at myself as being a caregiver type of personality, but I am. And now I need to turn all of that caregiving feeling and ability to myself. So that I can thrive and I can move forward, and I the only obligation I have is to myself. My husband can take care of himself. He's a strong, healthy man. My daughter is strong and healthy. My son-in-law, they live their life. They have a good life. They enjoy their life. We spend time together. We're happy together. And I have a good life. I really do. I'm so blessed with what I have in my life. And I am so thankful for what I have. And I'm content with what I have. I would like to live somewhere else. I would love to get out of this Florida heat and away from hurricanes and the humidity. But if that is what is best for me and my family, then I know God will open that door and I will be able to walk through it. So, but in the meantime, I can be happy right here. I can be happy right here at my desk, making videos, sharing my creative process with you. And I wanted to say something really important to my creative community and for anyone who comes along that finds my channel, finds my videos and watches my videos. I am just sharing what I know, what I enjoy doing, what I love. Taking my supplies, whether it be fabric or paper and all types of embellishments, and making something creative and different for you. And whether it's something you make yourself or you want to have me make it for you, that is completely up to you. So, but my channel is mainly for sharing what I love to do and that I hope that it will benefit someone else. So whoever watches, I hope that you get a benefit from this. And the power of doing things with your hands and making things, like I've made so many things for my mom through the years. I've made things for my friends. And that is what really brings you joy. You make things for yourself, but when you take the time out and you look outward instead of always inward and say, what could I make for that person? Or who in my life do I know could use cheering up, could use some love, could use some support? Because we all need it. We all need it. And what you crave in your life, somebody else needs it just as badly as you do. So I've really been reflecting now because my mom was really my only concern. You know, she needed help. She was older. Her health was deteriorating. And I was the closest to her, knew her help inside and out. And I knew the day was going to come. I knew the day was going to come. And I always used to say to her, Mom, when you really need me, I will be there for you. But in the meantime, I need to take care of me. And she understood that. She didn't like it. She understood it. She respected it. She gave me my space. But now I'm so thankful she's at peace. She's not suffering anymore. And that I can go on with my life, not worrying about her anymore, because I'm a worrier. And I was always so worried about, was Mom making the right decisions? Was Mom doing the right thing? Was Mom getting to her doctors? Was Mom taking her medicine right? You know, because I was not able to micromanage her. She was an independent woman. She made her own decisions, made her own choices. And so, but now that responsibility that I had 5 months of being able to take care of my mom, look out for her, look after her, make sure she got the best care possible so that her her days at the end of her life were good. She was loved, she was taken care of. And when she was in the rehab, she was in 2 different rehabs. She was home and she was in the hospital. And then in the last 5 months, from December 24th until May 11th, she had over 200 visitors. You would think she was a celebrity. And that's all because of our faith. We are a close organization. It's a worldwide organization. It is not just a local organization. We truly have love for us, just as Jesus told us in the Bible. And that love was evident. And no matter where she was, how far they had to drive, friends drove 2 hours several times a week to be with her, to make sure she was receiving good care, to have that company and association and love, and to just take care of her and to love her. So I had so much support. I was not doing this by myself by any stretch of the imagination. So I have such beautiful memories, and thankful for all of those beautiful people. And her memorial service is June 7th. And I anticipate that it's going to be so many people. She has been so well known in Central Florida, and she's going to be dearly missed, but we're going to see her again, and that's the hope that I have. And so thank you for letting me share my feelings. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your comments. And I hope that those of you who've lost your loved one, that you'll be able to connect with this. Okay, so now, before I show you this journal, I'm going to, let me set you over there. All right, so let's start at the beginning. Okie doke. So what I did, it's gotten a little, just by adding those blank pages, I mean, that's added some weight and bulk to this thing. I mean, that's amazing. Okay, so I took packing paper. This is what comes in some boxes of stuff that I ordered. This is my mother, by the way. This one, let's see. I think this is right. Okay, so I think she was like 17 here when she was pregnant with my older sister, and 21 here when she was pregnant with me. Wasn't she beautiful? Yeah. Okay, so I took that paper and I covered it with just plain regular scrapbook paper, not cardstock. Center. Okay, so that's what I used because this was very sturdy. So this was the cover, and as you can see, I did not do anything over here yet. So that's my last thing. And now let me see how many pages I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so there's, what is that? So this would be 44 pages front and back here, and 44 pages front and back here, so that's 88 pages. Wow. This is a nice size journal. And so I did this, I don't know, is this the pamphlet stitch? I can't remember what this stitch is. Anyway, so I punched 3 holes, and I just used embroidery thread and my needle threader. I put the needle threader through, oh no, did I use 3 strands? Yes. So I used 3 strands of the embroidery thread with my needle. Went through the holes, which was extremely easy to do. And I used, I think I used a magazine, if I remember correctly. A thicker magazine. I went to the center of that. I set this whole thing in there, punched the 3 holes. I put clamps all the way around. And then I went with my needle, and it was really easy to do, to look and line it up. And when it came to the cover, to line it up, making sure I was getting to the, through here and coming through the holes and everything. Okay, so that took care of that. So you can see this here, and then the inside tie part here. And if you want to get fancy, you could, I could have put buttons over here. You can go really fancy with this thing. This was just like a simple thing. Okay, then for the cover, I've just did a simple ruffled fabric strip. So I cut a really, really long strip and just pleated it and stitched it on my sewing machine, cut off any excess, and that was just for the cover to make it decorative. Then for this first page, I did a snippet roll strip, which was just a piece of cardstock with fabric pleated and then lace, which I really didn't need to pleat the fabric because you can't even tell now that I pleated it. And then I did a little cluster, 3 little clusters, fabric, the little trim fiber, the button, same thing here. These 2 I just sewed through it. This one I put a little bit of trim through that. Just made it really cute and fun. So this is a springtime, even though we're in end of spring and it's already feeling like a sauna here in Florida, going into summer. But this is just like a very inspirational healing journal. So this is all of my video series starting today, which is what is today? Wednesday, May 22nd, I believe it is, 2025. Healing videos are the theme on my channel going forward. So I was already on a healing journey. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, rewiring my nervous system and healing from Lyme disease. So now added to that is healing from being a caregiver role and the stress of losing a loved one. So that's where all this is stemming from. So a journal is a garden where thoughts bloom. So I will just read you this digital kit is from my friend Linda Coker, and her Etsy shop is Relate and Create, I believe is the name. Okay, and so then I just did a little pocket here. This is from the kit. There were several kits that I ordered. Anything that was in a garden, nature theme, I love. And I laminate one side if you have a laminator. If you don't have a laminator, you can use packing tape. Get the same effect on smaller things like that. This I didn't do anything. This was cardstock. I printed that out on. Okay, so I just wrote the first one right there. Then I just on when I printed the kit, I didn't print it double-sided. So I did go back through on some of the pages, as you'll see it as I'm doing a flip through here, and some of the images were upside down when I turned it around because it's just very confusing to get it straight on there. Anyway, so the pages that were just solid, I did just different decorative things. So in the first few pages, you're going to see what I did. So this was a book page with cardstock. Let the rain wash away the worries and let the flowers bloom in their place. Okay, this was a digital kit from Nazi Amity Bloom on Etsy. So I laminated one side of these. And on the decorative pages, what I'm going to do is come back in and put pockets with tags. Or I'm going to put a double pocket with 2 tags, can go journaling cards, can go into there. I may come back in and do a flip out page. Haven't really decided yet 100%. Okay, this is Whispers, Spring Whispers. It's never too late to begin again. That is so true. Okay, so again, using that digital papers. And I just cut them into strips, laminated this one side, glued those down. It's very simple. This kit is so simple to make, embellish, and to get to use it right away. I don't like the kits that have so many pockets and tags and decorations and tuck spots that you really limits your ability to journal in it. I mean, so I'm designing mine with the room to journal. So like here's a lot of blank space that could I could do that with, like I said, I'm going to put a pocket in here, which I will just glue that down. Probably will put a pocket here. And so then, as you saw, I started just taking plain decorative paper, not cardstock, tore it in half, 8.5 size by 11. At first I wasn't really thinking very clearly. My brain is just now beginning to come out of the fog of all the crying and pressure and stress and, oh my goodness, estate care or handling and blah, blah, blah. So it took me a few sheets, if you've noticed, before I quit measuring, cutting, and then I said, wait a minute, Marcia, this cut it in half as an 8.5 by 11 like this, and then I used the edge of my tabletop for just tearing it. So I was like, okay, that was much easier. Okay, so then over here, this is where it comes in. This is upside down. Do I care? No. And if there was wording on it, and if it was upside down, because I mean, to me it looks fine, and if I'm going to come in and put some decorative thing over it, or a solid little journal spot, or tags, these tags are upside down, I might just put some other tags that I cut out from the kit and put them right side up. Okay, so here I put wording, and then did I leave? Okay, yeah, this could be like a little belly band if I wanted to tuck a tag in there. Same thing here. I can tuck a little tag in there. Same thing here. But I really like the way it turned out. So, okay, here I need to put something. This is all upside down, so I will fix that. Spot there. Okay. Another little spot there. Okay, so there's a couple more pieces that I need to cut and glue. Okay, but for the most part, yeah, it's doing good. That was it. And this is the last page. Isn't that pretty? So, I mean, I really like it. So, to get ideas and inspiration for what I'm going to do and decorate inside, so here's one of my journals. This is my Rebel Quilter journal. Fabric cover, beautiful tassel that I made, and then going through here to just get inspiration for what I'm going to do in this other one. So here's just a magazine page pocket and a tag. This is a decorated envelope with tuck spots, but I don't like that anymore, so I'm not going to make that. And that was my daughter's artwork. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and then this is just a little waterfall page, an envelope, which I might do that. I decorated the back of that, so I will be adding an envelope into there, one page. This was the double pocket where I could put tags. There was a pocket up here. Another more little bookmark type with tags, options. Definitely have to have a altered paper clip in this. So I will be doing that. Another pocket page, journal page. And then back here was my little matchbook. This actually slides off. Anyway, it's just a little matchbook journal. So I'm not going to slide that off right now, but there's a video showing you how to make that. Okay, so that was that journal. So the inspiration that I got out of that was I'm going to do the pocket pages and the double pocket pages. I really like that. And then this was my other little journal that I made in this series. And I tuck that right in the front of there. And then it goes up there on my shelf. Isn't that beautiful? This is just more decorative. I just love looking at it. That's what I'm saying. When you make these, some of them, they're just like decoration. They become your home decor. So this is in my craft room. I love this. And it's just, you know, purely ornamental decoration. But this one, I love making journals now that I'm actually going to use. So just to give you an example, here is just a pocket that I just threw together to show you demonstration purposes. So I will glue it down here and across the bottom. I'll trim this up so that it can be even. And then some kind of a tag. I don't know. Let's just use this for, again, demonstration purposes. Okay, so then that, you know, and actually that would be good. I could actually even put an envelope, put a folded piece of paper for writing on, or just take a piece of paper and fold it in thirds and then put it under here to be able to have another journaling spot. So that would be nice. I think that would look really good. So that's what I'll be working on for the next video, is decorating, putting pockets in here like I did here, and more journal cards, things like that, so that I can start actually journaling in here, because I definitely want to do that. I did start here, and which is a starting point. I just need a starting point, so I will put a pocket here, and probably will just do that. I like that idea of just folding paper over, tucking it in the pocket, and then I can pull those out, write on it, tuck it back in there, and then pull it out and know. And I probably will label the pockets for what the information is in that letter to myself. That's a good title, Letters to Myself. And then be able to go back through here. So this is definitely my self-care journal, and I like it. I really do. I think it turned out really nice. I'm looking forward to working in here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So it doesn't have to, you know, it takes, this decorating, it takes as much time, if not longer, of actually putting the pages together to begin with. So thank you for being here. I'm glad to be back. I will be doing one video a week. I'm not going to overload myself. So today's Wednesday, so next Wednesday, look for a video from me from now on every Wednesday. So stay safe, keep creating in the sunshine, and I will see you in a future video. Bye-bye.